Sexual energy is by far one of the most powerful forces in the entire human experience. It's primal, pervasive, and let's be honest, it's kind of distracting. What would you do if I told you that there's a way to redirect and desexualize your brain? And that, in and of itself, is the secret weapon that you've been looking for. It's a cheat code to focus, clarity, and unparalleled success. Because there's a way. So I want to kind of explore how sexual impulses affect our minds and what it does to us, why it hinders us, and why controlling it gives us such a competitive edge against everybody. And how do we channel this very pervasive sexual energy towards something that's more productive? Let me tell you why it matters. Whether it's the damn endless scrolling on social media, entertainment designed to stimulate, or even your own thoughts, our brains are just bombarded with sexual content. You see it in the movies. You see it on social media. It's almost like the world just runs off it. And I feel like it's more prominent today than it was 100 years ago, 200 years ago. It isn't about morality, man. It's about control. If you can master your impulses, you can master your mind. And if you can master your mind, there's nothing you can't achieve. So let's go over the biology of sexual impulses and how they affect our brains. What's happening in the brain? Sexual impulses originate in the limbic system, specifically the hypothalamus, fancy words, which basically just governs many primal urges like hunger, thirst, reproduction. The problem is this dopamine reward system kicks in when you engage with sexually stimulating content or thoughts. Right? You watch pornography, you scroll through social media, you see pretty ladies. It engages this dopamine reward system, so it creates a feedback loop of craving and reward and craving and reward, and it hijacks your focus. And it also prioritizes short-term gratification over long-term goals. There's scientific insight to this too, Research shows that frequent exposure to sexual stimuli decreases, one, self-regulation, and it also increases, two, impulsivity. This is why so many people struggle with procrastination or lack of focus, because they've subliminally, subconsciously trained their brains to seek instant reward through doom scrolling, through overly indulging in sexualized content. There's a cost to this too now. We have cognitive overload. Your brain's limited bandwidth is wasted on fleeting desires instead of deep work or creative thinking. You create emotional instability. Constant stimulation creates a dependency on external triggers for satisfaction, which leaves you feeling restless and unfulfilled. It also creates a decision fatigue. Regular indulgence in sexual distractions, what it does is it reduces willpower and makes it harder to resist other temptations, similar to unhealthy foods or other unproductive habits. So that's just the biology of it. Now, there's a philosophy of this sexual energy and how we can redirect it and transfer it. But for us to do that, we need to first understand the sexual energy and the root of this creative force. I need to break this down in a way that you can fully digest it. Sexual energy isn't inherently bad. It's a form of life energy. Historically, many spiritual and philosophical traditions have regarded it as one of the most powerful forces that can be transformed into creative, intellectual, or even physical achievements. Napoleon Hill is a great author. And I think in his book, Think and Grow Rich, he referred to sexual transmutation as the process of redirecting sexual energy into something creative and productive that's pursuing of a goal. He noted that many of history's most successful individuals learned to channel their sexual impulses into their work, into their ambitions. Now, desexualizing isn't necessarily about suppression. Suppression really just backfires on you. You don't suppress this sexual energy and fight it. No, energy can't be destroyed nor created, just transferred between one and another, yeah? So when you suppress, it leads to frustration or extremely unhealthy behaviors. So desexualizing your brain is about reframing and redirecting that energy into something meaningful. You take it on a different path. You redirect it. Now there's a cheat code here. By consciously removing sexual distractions and retraining your brain, what you do is you free up immense mental and emotional resources that can be channeled into building your business, honing your craft, achieving peak performance, whatever it may be. Okay, so there's a philosophy behind this too now. Now, I want to do a quick overview of the psychology of desexualization as well. The problem with overstimulation is modern day constantly sexualizes everything, as we spoke about earlier, from advertisements to entertainment to even education. This overexposure trains your brain to just prioritize instant gratification over sustained effort. The cost of this, well, 1, reduced attention span, lower self-esteem due to unrealistic comparisons. 3, increased procrastination. So there's a rewiring process that has to happen. This is where we talk about neuroplasticity. Your brain is malleable. It can be retrained to deprioritize sexual stimuli. This is not about ignoring your biology and your cravings for it. No. It's about teaching your brain to delay the gratification and focus on a different goal while you feel this energy flowing through your body. Here's a great example. Athletes and entrepreneurs often report heightened focus and productivity during periods of abstinence from sexual distractions. Why is that? Because you have this energy just built up. You have a desire and a craving to engage in a sexual act, and it's built up, but it's a distraction because you have a current goal, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're an athlete. You don't have the means to just take a vacation to Miami and go crazy. You have work to do. So, let me give you a practical insight. Engage in mindfulness, right? You need to observe your impulse without acting on the impulse. What this does is it creates your ability to detach from cravings and redirect your attention. So, now that we understand the philosophy, the biology, and the psychology, here are some strategies to desexualize your brain and boost success. Step 1, digital detox from sexualized content. You need to just step back, which means stop watching porn. There is nothing more harmful to your mind, to your spirit, to your body than watching pornography. It destroys your hypothalamus. It destroys it. It erodes your prefrontal cortex. You become less developed as you watch it. It creates unrealistic expectations of what a sexual act is. And beyond that, what happens is you're getting turned on by watching people do the thing. I'd rather you just do the thing. But you don't want to do the thing. You don't want to speak to a human and engage in an emotional, intellectual conversation with a woman to connect with her and then engage in a sexual act with her. You'd rather just watch a screen. It's tough when you think of it like that, right? Hey, I'm not the one judging you. I'm just stating it for what it is. It's difficult. The media that we consume, it freaking shapes our thoughts. If we can reduce exposure to just sexualized content, this retrains our brain to stop seeking unnecessary stimulation. Unfollow the accounts you follow. Unsubscribe from the channels that are stupid. Set filters to reduce exposure, something. Watch self-help stuff. Watch motivational stuff, personal development, education, something. Stop watching porn. Stop watching short clips that may turn you on. It's okay. Just let your body do what it needs to do. You don't need to just poke at this sexual urge that you have as a man. It's already there. You don't need to poke at it. The next thing you do is we can channel this energy into a creative output. So what this means is, well, one, sexual energy is inherently creative. When you can channel it into creative pursuits like writing, art, or you problem solve, you redirect this energy into something tangible. Here's what I mean. If there's a day where you are just feeling extremely feisty and you are turned on and you are extra horny for some reason, I challenge you that day to just do something productive, and you'll see the level of mental clarity you have, how focused you are, and how much you're just on go mode, because that energy is freaking powerful. When you can harness it and you can push it towards something, oh, you're unstoppable. Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, they were known for their ability to stimulate sexual energy into the work, produce groundbreaking innovations and ideas. I mean, here's a great, I've done this before. It's where without the use of exposing myself to something sexually provocative on media, I will begin to fantasize and I will build up this sexual energy, right? I'll get turned on. And from there, once I feel this adrenaline pumping, I'll detach, I'll stop, and I'll start doing work. And it's almost like a shot of caffeine, like a dose of just nootropics. It's like, boom! It's fantastic. Try it. It'll work. Especially if you're a young male and you have all this sexual energy. Hey, just stop grabbing it, stop yanking it, stop watching the videos, and stop putting your children all over the socks and the sheets and the clothes and the paper towel. Just stop. Feel it. Hit a heavy bag, right? Go running. Train, weight train, read a book. Put it into some deep work. Immersify yourself in some deep work. You can also focus on something called physical mastery, and it's really effective because physical exertion, whether through exercise, martial arts, or intense physical challenges, it burns excess energy while it also sharpens your focus and discipline. A lot of athletes, world-class boxers, they abstain from sexual distractions during this training period to maintain peak performance, but beyond that, they're like way too tired. Like, damn, I don't have time to do that. I'm exhausted, right? So if you can put a lot of energy into physical stuff, whether you're a fighter, whether you train, you run, one, it gets you tired, so you don't have energy to do that anyways. And two, you take this very impulsive and powerful energy and you put it towards weight training and you'll lift like a monster. Hey, when I abstained from everything sexual for an extended period of time, I was extremely strong in the gym. As my weights were going up, I'm focused, I'm reading at the speed of light, I'm doing work all day, I'm on go mode, no caffeine, nothing. Right? I mean, you could try to practice meditation, visualization too. Right? Meditation trains your body to detach from distractions. You can just spend 10 minutes just visualizing your ideal future, and I doubt that future version of you is still yanking it. And you can also probably build systems. If you can build systems, it's a lot easier with accountability, mentor community. If you need it, do it. Apps that track it, do it. So I'd say stop watching porn and stop chasing women. Understand that women are magnificent. They're beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than being intimate with a woman. And I don't mean just like pornography, raw dog screwing her. Like, no, I mean like intimacy. Like true intimacy. They're gorgeous beings. Women are gorgeous creatures. They're our other half. They give life. They're the thing that holds up 50% of the cosmos. It's a magnificent thing. But as a young man, stop chasing them. But this does not mean you close yourself off to them. Stop chasing them and keep your eye open for the right one to come. And when this woman comes, she's divine. She's beautiful in her movement. She's gorgeous. She's appealing. Her brain is on a whole nother level of intellect. Her heart just radiates. She's so kind, so gentle, so divine, so pure. You welcome her in. But stop chasing women. Stop making that be your main goal. Everything you do, no. Don't wear the clothes for women. Don't try to look good for the women. Start focusing on yourself. Close yourself off. Put yourself into some deep work. Really scale yourself to become a better man. Become a better man. Become the man that's going to take care of a future family. You owe that to yourself, and you have this energy, and it's because you have this desire to feel stimulation, but use that. You have to control it. You have to use it and put it towards deep, intense work. Now, I mean, what happens when you desexualize your brain? You get clarity. You get creative. You have less distractions. Your mind has space to focus deeply on complex problems. Your mind can think creatively. A lot of people report mental sharpness and innovation that they didn't even know was possible. You get this increased willpower and discipline because you break free from sexual distractions, which strengthens your ability to resist other temptations. That just makes it easier to maintain habits, which inevitably leads to success. And then you also get deeper fulfillment. When you can channel that energy into meaningful goals instead of just a fleeting desire, like busting a nut, you experience a deeper sense of accomplishment and purpose. Every single man on the face of this planet has had a problem with that at some point. We are very primal. That's our primitive primate mind just speaking to us, saying, we must go, we must reproduce, we must go. I mean, when we look at a female, her body is attractive because our primate mind says reproduction, reproduction, reproduction. We can control that. And when you can control it, you'll unlock powers that you never even knew were existing. But first, it takes you to a place where you have to practice extreme control. Now, I've developed a system that I'll share with you because when I was younger, I had this problem as well. So step one, understand that anytime you have the ability to just engage in sexual content and then you end up masturbating and you please yourself, it's because you have free time. So if you want to avoid pornography and pleasing yourself, don't have free time. Usually my cycle was like this. It was free time, boredom. Boredom led to a desire to stimulate. Desire to stimulate led to doom scrolling. Doom scrolling led to something to stimulate more. So doom scrolling turned into pornography. Pornography turned into touching myself. Touching myself turned into pleasing myself. Pleasing myself turned into orgasm. Orgasm turned into a feeling of disgust. And it all started because of free time. If I didn't have free time, none of that would have happened. Zero. So I can almost promise you, if you have a problem with pornography and you have an overly sexualized brain, stay busy and you will just be blown away by how easy it is to just not do that. Stay busy. That means if you have a moment in the house, go run. If you have a read. Go to the coffee shop and read. If you're home alone, go outside and read. Go sit outside and read. Go to the coffee shop and read. Go work out. Go to the gym. Go run. Do something somewhere. Occupy your time. Anytime I have time, because I'm a man, I still deal with this, but nowadays I just don't do it because I'd rather just be with a woman. Like I'd much rather just be with a woman now. But when I had this problem, and to this day I still have free time, let's say now, if I don't want to spend time with a woman, I will just make videos. I'll read. I have a sexual energy that's still running through me. I'm human after all. But I understand that it's a distraction. It's like, well, there's a time and a place for that, you know? So I read, I make videos, I train, I'll learn. I'll do something that will just help me become better. And that has helped me. So when you can identify the stages of you getting closer to that vice, start with step one, and I guarantee you it's free time. If you don't have free time, you don't have the means to do it. You don't have the means to do it because you're busy, so stay busy. I promise you, if you stay busy, you will conquer this. And I get it, because I've been there before. And it's something that not a lot of people like talking about, but it'll help you. So, again, stop watching pornography, man. Just work out. Do anything else. Stop exposing yourself to this. Unfollow those accounts. Change your feed. Stop pleasing yourself. Don't touch yourself. Stop over-sexualizing women. They're beautiful creatures. And I know at a young age you have testosterone, you just want to bat, 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 bat. But they're gorgeous creatures. They're responsible for giving us life, give us children. They're divine. They're precious. You give a woman a home, or a house, she makes it a home. You give her your seed, she gives you life. It's magnificent what a woman can do for us men, right? They're not just these things for us to just abuse and enjoy sexually. No, they're magnificent, magnificent beings. So change your perception of women. Stop chasing women. Don't let that be your goal. Focus on something for you, not just for the woman. Don't get the car for the woman, the success for the woman. Look in the mirror and say, I owe something to my lineage, my bloodline as a man. I owe this at least for my son one day. Look in the mirror and owe that to yourself. You do all those things and then you top it off with staying busy, you'll conquer this demon and you'll live above it. You don't wipe away this demon. It's always here, but you just learn to live above it every day. And I'm telling you this. Because if not me, then who? Sometimes we're too busy and we're too occupied to think of something like that. And if all you can do is think about that, pleasing yourself and watching porn, you're not busy enough. You're not busy enough. You have to get after it. You have to do something. Again, remember, desexualizing your brain isn't about denial or repression. It's about control. You reclaim your mental energy. You direct it towards what truly matters. Your goals, your growth, your legacy. Imagine the edge you'll have when your focus is razor sharp, when your willpower is unshakable, when your creativity just flows freely. That's the power of mastering this cheat code. Remember, success isn't just working harder, it's about thinking smarter. Don't count the days, because if you're counting the days, I'll ask you, why are you counting the days? I've went 6 days without touching myself and pleasing myself once more. Why are you counting? So you can tell people how long you lasted this time? Stop counting. Don't even associate with that. You're no longer someone that does that. Create a new association, a new label. And from there, catapult and win. Just kill it. Okay? It happens. Young gentlemen, I get it. I understand it happens. But there's something that you can do. You can transfer that. Transfer it. It's never too late. And you don't have to let a world that just bombards you with overly sexualized content destroy you. You're a warrior, you're a man, and you're gonna give life one day. You're gonna create life one day. You're gonna have children and a legacy. They're gonna have your last name. Behave how you want your son to behave one day. Set the example now. You owe it to your lineage. You owe it to your future wife that you're gonna meet one day. Don't be this person that's just gonna freaking keep on doing that thing in the bedroom and just yanking it. It's time to level up. It's time to grow. The end of the year is approaching, so just rock out. Make a decision and change that at least. And then the success will just come because you'll be focus mode and you'll be on go and you'll be like a freaking missile. Like the last thing you care about is that. Like I'm trying to get some money. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to work out. Something. That's all I got. Good luck.